Hello YouTubers, welcome back to GQ Auto Diagnostics and Repair, where my job is to save you money. This afternoon I'm working on a 2005 Dodge Durango with a 4.7 small V8 automatic. I believe it's a two-wheel drive. I don't remember in that part, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't make any difference for what we're doing today. Anyhow, customer brought it in. It says that after a few days the battery dies, and they went and replaced the battery, checked the alternator, those things check okay, and I look around and I don't have any lights coming on. I stay inside the vehicle for a little while and I don't have any weird noises randomly, so I did the old remove each fuse, and nothing changed. Right now we have around 195 to 225 milliamp draw, okay, parasitic draw. So for you guys to know what's happening when we have something that stays on or pulling voltage or amps from the battery to want to work, it's not fully turned on, but it's partially, sometimes it's full, whatever, even if you don't notice, it's drawing that voltage and amperage. Okay, the rule of thumb, it is with the vehicle off and all the loads turn off, we should not have more than 50 milliamps. Will be 0.050, okay, 0.050. Anyhow, this vehicle has fluctuate between 0.195 to 0.225, I believe. Anyhow, so this is how we do it. Okay, we're gonna disconnect one of the two cables here, one of two wires. Okay, it can be the positive, can be the negative, doesn't matter. That's your preference. I like to do the negative. All right, so on one lead I'm gonna plug one lead of my digital multimeter, and on the battery I'm gonna plug the other one. For this case I decided to add the light tester, so that way the light tester is gonna be between my digital multimeter, okay, right there. So anyhow, if you have a big current drawn, it won't damage my meter. However, if there's a fuse inside the meter, 10 amp fuse, if anything beyond that 11 is gonna blow that meter, and I'm gonna protect my digital multimeter. However, well, I don't want that to happen because those fuses, they're a little bit expensive actually. But anyhow, let's go into the video here. All right, so what we're gonna do, you don't need to use this is a tool that I'm using, okay. You don't have to use a Snap-on tool. I'm not getting paid or compensated by Snap-on anybody for using this tool or showing you this video. However, we're gonna go into amps. Let's see if you guys can see it right there, that A, okay, we're gonna go right there. Okay, and right now you can see we have that fluctuation right there. All right, right there. So what we're gonna do, one more thing here just to make sure we cover all the basics. The hood latch doesn't have a sensor to tell you inside that your hood is open, so we're not gonna worry about it so much. But if some of you guys would like, you guys can actually push this thing down and lock it. But anyhow, let me do it. I already started doing it, so let's do it, so that way everything is okay. Just sometimes a little bit hard to do it. there it is. Okay, that's that. We don't have no lights here that can illuminate, so something that can be drawing electricity. Now let's go back here, and we're still fluctuating right there, right? Right now we have those. Now we're gonna change it. The reason I started out, we always want to start with your highest settings. That one goes automatically into 10 amps. Okay, now we're gonna go into milliamps. Okay, now that's what we're talking about. 195 to 235. It was wrong in the beginning. 245, I guess. All right, so that's what we want to do. Just for the purpose of this video, we're gonna create a bigger draw. Okay, right there, you guys can see it. I'm gonna open the door, and you're gonna see that this number is gonna jump to, I don't know, 2-3 amps, because the lights, they're gonna try to turn on inside the vehicle. The dome lights. Boom, there you go. All right, again, just be careful with this. You always do this on your highest settings. Okay, so let's go here inside the vehicle. I'm gonna turn. So that's how we expect to see. You know, we're gonna expect to see that the vehicle eventually go into sleep mode, and it should go into 0.050, under 0.050 is ideally no more. The 50 milliamp was 0.050. okay, so as you can see, this thing is fluctuating. All right, it's fluctuating right there. So anyhow, so far that's it. All right, so I have a feeling that this is the issue. I already pulled its fuse, look, nothing happened. I put it back on, nothing happened. So I believe this thing is going to be the issue right here, and we're gonna have to prove it. Okay, because that's what we do. We prove things. That's who we are. All right, so let's get this thing here. Now, to remove the cover on the bottom right here is going to be two bolts. I believe they're 9/32. So we are going to just remove those two first. I used a little tiny ratchet. So anyhow, so let's get here. Loosen them up. Try not to make this video too long or anything like that, because sometimes people don't like them. Okay, now there's two bolts that are out. Okay, you can use a Phillips, a short Phillips screwdriver. Now we're gonna reach and gonna pull. Oh, wow, this one can be fairly easy. All right, so here's our radio, and those bolts are 9/32 as well, right there. There are 4 of those. What is this? All right, hope you guys were able to see. The camera was doing something weird. Oh well, okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a 9/32 with electric tool. I want to get this thing down because this here inside the vehicle is really warm. And all right, so this is off. Now we are going to test this. Okay, I'm going to disconnect the stereo, and I'm gonna put this thing right here so you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see how the voltage, if I'm right, just by disconnecting it, it should drop. It's better, it's not fluctuating there. Okay. Oh no, the stupid thing, it is saying that it's gonna turn off. All right, there it is. It dropped. Let's see if I can get it, because that is gonna reset the timer. Boom. It drop off. It drop. Now if I connect it again, we should be able to see it jumping, because I waken and it comes on. All right, so let's do this thing again. So that's the only thing I don't like about this thing. It goes into sleep mode and it just sometimes a pain in the neck. So there you go. It's gotta go into sleep mode for a second. It's gonna start going down. And this is when having a second person here, it really helps out, because we can do this. All right, so I disconnect. Let me go back in. So I open the door and we create a drone. Okay, so it's gonna go back down. There you go. Now, I just want to make sure that you guys understand, you can do this procedure for any short, okay, in any vehicle right then. One thing that I suggest, do not open the doors, okay, to avoid that extra drawing, because if you have a huge short, guess what? It's going to blow that fuse and create a problem. So you got to protect your equipment, but I got extra fuses. I'm sure it should be okay. This is the one I disconnect. When I disconnected here, it went down and it stays stable. I'm gonna plug it back in and you guys gonna see that this thing is gonna jump again. Okay? Right there. And it stays. Go back in after a little while and fluctuate like that, the way we were. Okay, so that is plug. Now we're gonna disconnect it right from here with all this extra stuff. We're gonna disconnect it, and that just drops. All right, so it drops. I'm gonna open it again, and this thing is going to create that drone again. And the way we should be able to do that, to avoid that, you just close this thing. And if you have one of those buttons here for the light, you're gonna make sure you depress it, okay? So you don't have to be open the door or keep the door open without creating any drone. Okay, right here we did this. Watch this. It's gonna go back down. There it is. Okay, great. So now that's the lowers that it got. Okay. Now here it is 65 10,000ths. So now we're gonna go into milliamps. All right. So right there, we're still okay. We're still okay. So anyhow, the radio, the way somebody wired that radio is the problem, or the radio itself, or the connection, whatever other connection is there. So I will put everything back together and let the customer take it back. If they are just installed their stereo, so somebody else can rewire, there should be, I guess, should be under warranty or something like that. But anyhow, that's how you find you short parts of the drone. You can pinpoint it. Always start with the, doing this and pull one fuse at a time. More time than not, hey, you will see that drop on voltage. All right, if nothing happened here, if you have any like aftermarket stuff, more likely you should start there. More times than not, that's what it caused all the drones, the issues. So again, guys, I hope you learned something from this video, and that was helpful. If it was, please like the video, give it a thumb up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. We'll highly appreciate it. And as usual, leave your comments down below and questions. I will do my best to answer any questions as soon as possible. And as usual, again, do your best, forget the rest. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.